Good afternoon, I guess. I thought it was morning, but it's not. So, stayed out loud. I connect to my deep self. I connect to my higher self. Connect to my highest self. I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. I open myself to the healing power of the One. I release anything no longer useful to me. And I choose to connect to the Hathors. Now I'm just going to say these words. I ask that we be placed in a field of protection while we do this work. Ask the higher self to take us through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good, release and integrate at this time. And I invite all souls to return to the event, release and integrate the energy of the event for themselves. And upon arrival at the event, I ask the higher self to assist us to release and integrate all energies of the event, gently and easily, fully and completely, on all levels and through all space and time. And I ask that we be placed in a field of protection while we do this work. Now, for those of you who are trying to avoid cats, here comes one right now. I'll have to show you this one. Come here. Come here. Say hi to that. Say hi to the people. That's Bastet. That's my grand kitty. Oh, she's taken off now. So that was good use of space and time. So those of you who just want to be part of the setting up the healing field, and you've done that, then you can hit pause, come back later if you want. And then we are going to work with the energetics that came up in the tarot reading today. And the first kind of energies that we're working with are related to Major Arcana 18, which is the moon. And it's about our beliefs, our dreams, the subconscious, spirituality, and collectives. So, who's really dealing with that right now? It's related to the number 9, which is observation, personal responsibility, collective growth, expansion, and clarity. The key words, though, are strange wisdom, uncertainty, exploration, internal shadows, and I've been hearing a lot and experiencing it as well, but internal shadows, confrontation, dreams, illusion, embracing the inner wildness, growth and discovery. So what we're rediscovering is ourself. We're reclaiming our future. We're no longer going towards the future that someone else is promising us. We have no interest in what someone else perceives to be a good future and are going to give it to us. I just don't think it works that way. The way I think it works is that we come out of our unconsciousness, our just going along, okay, tell me what to do, I'll do that. We come out of that and we go, what is the world I want to live in? And we came here on a soul level to assist this world to open up, to be created. I know the majority of people who watch my videos were on the same page with that. We came here to bring a new world in, and the new world's going to come in, but it has somewhat of its relationship to those of us who are on the ground, on Earth, in Earth bodies, who have a connection to a higher consciousness. You could call it the one mind, the one consciousness. You could call it the one. You could call it source. You know, there are certain words that you can name this oneness that aren't as much of a thought form. Like, you know, the term God. There's just the whole planet thinks about this thing called God, and they all have ideas, and it creates a thought form that can interfere, doesn't, not that it does, but it can interfere with your experience of that larger consciousness which you're a part of. So if you want to just shift the name up, so to me, the oneness, the one consciousness, the universal mind, the universal heart, however you want to call it, that takes you out of thought forms, that's useful. Okay, so the moon is about rediscovering ourselves and reclaiming our future. And now that we know what it is that we want on a soul level, we move forward to pursue those remembered dreams. Even if we slip into the shadows, our newfound starlight might grow dim. We might be like, oh, I can't see it. Even if we know where we want to end up, sometimes the path can grow murky and we can get lost along the way. As the pale light of the moon strips the world of color and twists our grasp on reality, our most fantastical visions and deepest fears reveal themselves in the darkening shadows, which right now I'd say there are some darkening shadows. We must rely on our intuition, our inner knowing, not what they're telling you from your external sources of information. It's time to go inside. Have you ever heard of the term meditation? Now is the time for that. Go inside. Connect with your own inner sense of wisdom and truth. And it keeps us from getting too caught up in the what ifs. So, on the other side of that is the Ten of Swords, and swords are about the mind. And the Ten of Swords has to do, in its ultimate vision, it has to do with unity and vision and pride and independence and community together. Independence and community together. Trailblazing and confidence. And the swords are of the mind, so logic, pragmatism, information, communication, knowledge. The key words are defeat, unwillingness to act, rock bottom, victim mindset, darkest before the dawn. So the external world may be attempting to trigger you into fear, create fear. You fear that, whatever, whatever they're saying, like safe and effective, pandemic, another pandemic. Our fear and lack of trust in the world have left us crying out in agony, and we shriek out our story to anyone that will listen. The ways we've suffered, been betrayed, lost any hope. I know this has happened to all of us. It's a traumatized planet we live on. We're here to clear it. Start here. I mean, not with me, but I'll start with me, and you start with you. Lost any hope. It's a little over dramatic. Who, me? Bordering on ridiculous. Oh, this is the card I got. But we have lost all sense of perspective and are completely caught up in a personal twisted narrative of our victimhood. Oh no. The sensation of hitting rock bottom, this inability to see truth, is the grandiose misery of the Ten of Swords. Anybody else feeling grandiose misery? Anybody else feeling like they've lost hope, that the end is near? Oh. Okay. When we ignore the red flags of the Seven of Swords, get tangled in the mental traps of the Eight of Swords, and refuse to ask for help in the Nine of Swords, we find ourselves in a place of complete ruin. Key word, ruin. This is utter defeat, a sense of bitterness and exhaustion that leaves us gasping for air. Insisting that anyone who has the audacity to look our way acknowledge the grief and tragedy that we have endured. The storm may have passed, we may have made it through this dark night of the soul, yet we're still lost in the winds, ignoring the dawning light that's broken through the clouds. In other words, the Ten of Swords has gone beyond any real obstacles we faced and is now fully entrenched in a victim mindset, insisting that there's no possible solution to our problems, no feasible path to healing, power, or joy. That's passivity. Contentment with melodrama that can be impossible to understand from the outside. Rather than trying to escape our circumstances, the Ten of Swords finds a kind of pleasure in the pain. Relishes avoiding any actions that might shift our outlook or alter our situation. So we're working with this is the 16th of March, and the completion of this 28 years of cleansing is the 24th, so we're at 8 days. 8 days to clear as much of this shadow stuff as we can. And so dig in, buck up, do the best you can. Don't be cruel to yourself. Don't smack yourself if you don't think you're living up to some perfect standard that someone else placed in your head and you're now still running it. Let it go. Be here now. Ram Dass said it in the 70s. Be here now. Ground yourself to the healing center of the earth now. Open yourself to the healing power of the One now. So now we're going to finish up the healing field. So I ask the higher self to assist all the souls that return to the event to combine with that part of their soul that had remained at the event and bring that combined soul back into the body in present time with all of its wisdom, power, clarity, compassion, curiosity, and kindness. I ask all the souls to ground themselves to the healing center of the earth, open up the portal for the delivery of the new energies at this time, and I ask that the universe bring in those new energies now. Activate them, and I let the universe and beyond know that this has been done and that is good. That is the tarot reading for today and the healing field completed. Now must go take the cookies out of the oven. Focus, timing, intuition.